the situation that is occurring in Neskantaga with a 25-year boil water advisory, multiple evacuations of all of their nation members to Thunder Bay. Chief Moonias, Christopher Moonias here from Neskantaga First Nation has joined us, along with Chief Emily Wittung from Curve Lake First Nation. They are going to speak today a bit about what's happening. And first I want to pass it over to Chief Moonias for his remarks. Chief Moonias, thank you so much for making time for the AFN Water Summit today, especially during what is a difficult time for you and for all of your nation members. I'll pass it over to you. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, my name is Chief Moonias, Chief Christopher Moonias, Neskantaga First Nation. I've been a chief for a year, a little bit over a year and a half, and this is my first term. My community members, 261 community members are in Thunder Bay right now due to a water infrastructure failure that turned into a public health emergency. We were living in Victoria Inn right now, where we have exclusive use of the hotel. So we've been able to get that so we can create a bubble of safety. So for against the COVID-19. So our community members are happy that there's a extra level of safety measures taking place. So we've been under a boil water advisory since February 1, 1995. That's 9,428 days. And we've been evacuated for 36 days already, and some of us longer because some community members had to go to their appointments in either Winnipeg, Solecal, or in Thunder Bay. So they left a week earlier or a week or two earlier. Now they're stuck over there. So a lot of them are like, we don't have any proper health facilities here in Thunder Bay. I mean, here in Neskantaga. I'm calling in from Neskantaga. I came here for the day. I came in this morning and to check up on the people on the ground, just to see if I can try to bring some morale up, and it seems to be working. So delivered some orders. I feel like Santa Claus today. So those are some of the things that we are going through. Our water plant was built in the experimental water treatment plant was built in 1993, and like I said, it was just an experimental plant that had the slow sand filtration system. The sand, you cannot get it from here. You have to fly it in, or deliver it through Winter Road. So, and around after it was built, shortly after, in 1994, building was complete. And in 1995, that's when the boil water advisory started. And since then, we've been advocating for a new water plant, and it fell on deaf ears. And we continue to we've been continuing to fight for a water plant, for something that our Neskantaga members can drink clean water from the tap. I have a 23-year-old daughter, and she hasn't been able to drink clean water from the tap. And she went to high school, she went to college, she graduated both, and while she was out there, she wasn't able to bring herself to drinking tap water because the trauma she faced, the mental health issues that come with it. She hasn't been able to trust the water, even in Thunder Bay where she is right now, even in Victoria Inn where she is right now. She's not able to she's not able to drink from the tap. We have to go purchase bottled water. You know, it becomes so normal for us to do that. And like even for myself, I don't know, I probably have 2 cases in my room, and you know that's just normal for us, you know, because you know that's all we knew. Even like you know, I'm 51 years old, and I've never known clean drinking water in my community. I've always lived in my community, and that's what we have to go through, and we did, and I had to kind of chuckle when Minister Miller said that, you know, the water plant is ready to go. I mean, I beg to differ from that, because if it was ready to go, we'd be home by now. And if it was ready to go, our dates of repatriation wouldn't have gone from November 2, November 4, November 28, December 2, December 4, December 9, and now December 14. So when I met with my community members yesterday, a lot of them are saying that we may even be stuck there for Christmas. And we won't. I mean, that's what they're starting to suspect, is that they're not going to be, they're not going to be in the community or at home for Christmas. They'll be stuck in a hotel. So, you know, that's sad to see. And, you know, when I landed here this morning, and, you know, it's just, you know, I was almost overcome with emotion because of what I saw. It's just empty. There's no people. And all I saw was military people. When I walked into the office building where my office is located, people in green camouflage uniforms. I think I saw about 6 or 7 of them. You know, it's not a good or pretty sight to see. And one of the most important things that you know we want is now we want clean water. That's all we were asking for. We want to make sure that we have access to sustainable water, and you know, the community requires more than just Band-Aid fixes that we've been experiencing for the past 25 years. You know, those piecemeal projects. You know, we'll fix a little bit here, we'll fix a little bit there, we'll fix a little bit there, and next thing you know, 25 years later, we still have boil water advisory, and that's what that's what we've been going through, and right now, you know, people are saying, you know, you have a new water treatment plant. It's not a new water treatment plant. It's just an upgrade. We're still using the same parts from the old water treatment plants to make this place run. So I mean, I wouldn't call it new. It's just it's like putting a rebuilt motor on an old car. You know, that's all it is. And we don't want to end up here again. We want it done right. We want to make sure that you know, they fix it and they do it right. That we'll go out. Like, you know, our children's been crying. Our children has been speaking publicly. They've been on the news all over Canada, saying that they want clean drinking water, and that's all they want. You know, they shouldn't have to beg Canada, or they shouldn't have to beg for anybody to have a clean glass of water. Nobody should have to do that here in Canada or anywhere else. It's 2020 right now, and none of us, you, myself, or anybody else listening, shouldn't have to beg for clean water. My 9-year-olds are doing that. My 12-year-olds are doing that. My 14-year-olds are doing that. My 23-year-olds are doing that. My 30-year-olds are doing that. My 65-year-olds are doing that. That shouldn't happen. If this is not systemic racism, what else? What is? What is systemic racism? If this is not it? 25 years, going on 26 years. We shouldn't have to go through this. We just want our water plant fixed. We just want clean water. And we want to make sure when we get if we get our clean water, I'm saying if, because I'm not confident anymore that we're going to get it with this project, because they can't even get the performance test going. 5 days ago, they were supposed to start. Day 5, they have failed each day to get that specifications right. The construction specification or the building specifications, they haven't even been able to get it right to start the 14-day stress test. It hasn't even left the water plant. Imagine if it goes into the old distribution system. There's going to be more failures there, because I've asked that to be changed too, put in a new one. All I get is a feasibility study. See, I don't even know how long my nation will be stuck in Thunder Bay. The specification says it can provide 3.8 liters per second. They can't even go past 2.6 liters per second. We're a long way off. And because of that, because of 26-year boil water advisory, we're asking for we want services for my community members, for my nation. Mental health services, sustainable mental health services, not just a quick fix. We want make sure that the water comes from the from the source to the tap. And we want to make sure that we have, we've shared pictures with, our bottled water that was flowing in, that's being flown in. They're having a great environmental impact. We want to make sure that those are cleaned up, and we want to make sure our people will trust water again. They can't even trust the water in Thunder Bay. Those are, what does that say to the mental health impacts? What does that say to you as a human being when your child cannot even trust the water? Or even myself, I can't even trust the water. What damages has already been done? What damages has already been done? 25 years. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Miigwech, Chief Moonias. That was a very powerful statement that you said, and sharing your perspective. I know you've been very active on social media and in the news, sharing what's happening with your people in Thunder Bay. For those of you who aren't paying attention on social media, Chief Moonias, your constant tweets and videos of your members, the children, the youth that are sharing their experience right now, is, if that doesn't get you off of your seat to make change and ask for change, I don't know what will. So thank you for your braveness and sharing that experience day in and day out. I can't imagine the level of frustration that you are experiencing right now. So I thank you for sharing that. Chief Moonias, I saw you show some water samples up there on the screen there. Perhaps you'd like to share what you're showing the audience.
Yeah, there's the water from just before we evacuated. And this is the water, the bottled water. You see the big difference?
Yeah, and for those who maybe didn't see it, although I can't imagine that's many people at this point, this was really triggered by a sheen that was seen on the water surface.
Yeah. Yeah. So the water wasn't any clearer than this when before we found a sheen in the water surface in our reservoir. So that's why sharing that is, you know, that, you know, there's a big difference in the color. And that's what, this is what we've been using for the past, even without the sheen, the water looks like this color.
And to go back to your point, Chief Moonias, about trust, because I don't want to lose sight of the fact that the way of addressing this problem for Neskantaga and communities across, First Nations across Canada isn't just by building a water treatment plant. You spoke about the bigger picture there, which is that in your community in particular, you have people who have never been able to trust the water that is coming out of their tap, or have never been able to bathe their children or anything, feel comfortable and confident in the water that they're provided. And so it's not just about building a water treatment plant, but about rebuilding trust, about providing the support services, the mental health piece that you mentioned is key. As you go into, you know, the holidays and a looming pandemic, second wave, not looming, second wave of our pandemic, how are you finding how are you finding ways to cope through this right now, Chief Moonias? Because I think everyone's really hearing you and the powerful words that you're sharing, but it's not an easy position that you're in. How are you finding it day to day right now?
Well, it is excuse me, it is hard to continue to, you know, I just seen a post today and messages from my community members in Thunder Bay. They're messaging me that there's 14 new cases in Thunder Bay today, and you know, they're scared and they want more actions to be taken. And you know, does that mean that, you know, we're gonna lock down where we are staying? You know, those are some of the things that we'll be considering. And you know, in terms of building trust, you know, that's going to be a long road to take. And you know, some of us, you know, have other underlying mental health issues through, you know, abuse and other forms of I guess whatever the you know, that triggered our you know, the mental health. And this place has a history of you know, going through a lot. Like, you know, we have a high suicide rate, and you know, a lot of our I just stopped at the graveyard graves, like there, on my way in, and looked at the graves there, and you know, seeing that none of them, even the elders that are lying there, are there. None of them has seen clean drinking water. You know, how do you cope from that? How do you recover from that? How do you say it's okay, we can go on? You know, it's hard to keep hopeful, but you know, the resolve of my nation, the resolve of my youth, the resolve of my community members is what keeps me going.